Hello, my name is Nikisha Rodarte. I will be going over chapter 12, substance use and addictive disorders on pages 398 to 402. The first topic I will be discussing is hallucinogens, um, and they are substances which cause powerful changes in sensory perception. They range from strengthening a person's perspective and inducing illusions and hallucinations. The illusions that are considered out of the ordinary are called trips, and trips can be either exciting or frightening depending on how a person's mind interacts with the drug. That's also called psychedelic drugs. And the next one is LSD, lysergic acid diethylamide, is one of the most famous and powerful hallucinogens and derived by the Swiss chemist Albert Hofmann in 1938. It came from a group of naturally occurring drugs called alkaloids, sorry. Within 2 hours of being taken or swallowed, it brings a state of hallucination to be called hallucinogen intoxication, meaning your body is intoxicated with these hallucinogens, and it just makes like the strengthening of someone's perceptions at a high, and it also causes problems with visual perceptions, along with psychological changes and physical symptoms. Sometimes people focus on small things, that were like sprays of glass. They focus on their pores. They get to picking on their skin. For in the book, it states that the color purple. They have illusions. They think that it's things can be breathing or moving. And the people that take LSD hallucinate. So a dangerous long-term effect for hallucination is they can develop psychosis or mood anxiety. So the next topic is cannabis or cannabis sativa. It's a hemp plant that grows in warm climates of the world. The drug is produced from various hemps called cannabis. So that's where they got the word cannabis from. The most powerful of them is hashish, and the weaker is marijuana. More than 19 million people over the age of 11 currently smoke at least monthly, and more than 5 million people smoke daily. There's over 100 active chemicals in cannabis. THC appears to be one of the most responsible for the effects that it's causing. So the higher the THC content, the more powerful the cannabis or harsh will be. THC is responsible for the effects that you feel when you're high off of marijuana. When you smoke cannabis, it produces a mixture of hallucinogens, depressants, and stimulant effects. In low doses of smoking it, a person can feel joyful, relaxed. Sometimes they become quiet, sometimes they become talkative. The people that become more anxious and irritated is because sometimes they were already previously irritated, so it just amps up the feeling, or they could be in an irritating or stressful environment that that is causing them to be upset even more. Overall, the use of cannabis when you're high, it's called cannabis intoxication, and it's some of the effects that can last 2 to 6 hours. And sometimes it can become longer. In the early 1970s, the use of cannabis or marijuana led to a pattern of cannabis disorder. And today, people include large numbers of high school students that are developing this disorder. In the United States, there are 4.3 million people, and 1.7% of all those people are teenagers. And have displayed that they developed this disorder in the past month. And it's mainly because that marijuana has changed and is so widely available in the US. It's 4 times more powerful than it used to be in the 70s. The THC content today of marijuana is 8% compared to 2% in the 1960s. We all may be wondering if marijuana is dangerous. The strength and use of marijuana has increased. Researchers have discovered that smoking marijuana may pose certain dangers. And they're called panic attacks, similar to those that are taken with the hallucinogens. They become fearful that they may be losing their mind, and it'll just be in their system for 2 to 6 hours. Marijuana can interfere with the performance of your complex sensory skills and your cognitive functioning. It can fail to help you remember information. It is an impact on how hard a person can concentrate, which can lead to memory loss and thinking problems. So long-term smoking can reduce the ability to expel air, which is why some people develop lung disease from the lungs. So when you have long-term problems, it also can decrease the sperm count for men and have abnormal ovulation in women. So that's what decreases the human reproduction. And efforts to educate the public about the dangers of marijuana have paid off through the 80s. The percentage of high school students who smoked on a regular basis decreased from 11% in 1978 to 2% in 1992. And today it's 6.5% of seniors who smoke more than 50%. So they don't believe that smoking marijuana poses a great risk for them, but indeed long-term smoke of it does, because not only do the person smoke, but they're not aware of how much different chemicals and other things, other drugs that can be added to the smoke, which, creates different problems, creates increased blood flow to the brain. There's just a lot of different issues with smoking marijuana. So we could think about those next time we decide to smoke. Thank you for watching my video. Have a great